Kevin Hillier and Steve Thom here with a look forward to round 6 of the WRFL Division 3. First up, Tomsy, some good games here, and this will be a beauty. Sanctuary Lakes and Auburn Vale.
Yeah, top game on a roll. Sanctuary Lakes, it's a good one. Auburn Vale, obviously the game last week called off through a pretty serious injury to one of their players, and let's hope that he's got through the week all right on the recovery road. But I think Auburn Vale will win this, but I'll tell you what, Sanctuary Lakes, the young kids need to take that big step up. This will be a great test for the young Sanctuary Lakes team, but Auburn Vale should get home, mate. All
right, Laverton and North Sunshine. North Sunshine have been disappointing after a good start.
They have. There's a big game. I reckon Laverton might get the 4 points down here, especially at home. That's the only reason.
Tarnee take on the Wyndham Suns. They're playing for a cup because it's the first time they've met. They're sort of neighbours down there, so they're playing for a cup, and it's going to be a big day for both clubs.
It's nice of them to do that. Nice friendly atmosphere to start things going. Might not end that way. I reckon Tarnee might be a little bit disappointed because we're on the Wyndham Suns bandwagon at the moment. They're doing everything correct, so I think they'll get the 4 points together and do it pretty easily in the end.
So the two newest clubs meet in a game, and the two oldest clubs in the competition meet. Braybrook take on Parkside. Both desperate for a win.
Yeah, geez, I've had some bloody hard clashes over the years. These two of the, as you said, the original clubs. Desperate for a win. Parkside would be disappointed in losing that game last week. Braybrook, things aren't working too good down there at the moment. You know, look, a lot of questions got to be asked at the moment. They're just not gelling, not clicking well together. So I think Braybrook will make it hard from down at Penal Reserve at the home ground, but Parkside should get the 4 points.
That's Division 3. Let's look at Division 2. Glen Orden in trouble, and they take on the powerhouse of Wyndham Vale.
Yeah, it might get a bit more uglier, I think, for Glen Orden this Saturday. Look, it's, as I said, a bit of soul searching going on after the game the loss against West Footscray last week for Glen Orden. But once again, you've just got to perform out in the ground. You can be as honest as you want to each other and tell some home truths, but if the ability is not there, and by the sounds of it, right at this moment at Glen Orden, the ability is not there. So I think you'll find Wyndham Vale will come home.
West Footscray will play host to Manor Lakes, two form sides of the comp.
Yeah, it'll be a tough game of football. This, you know, the thought of playing down at West Footscray and Manor Lakes, I don't think it'll worry them. But I know they've got the big ground down there at Manor Lakes. I think they're a physical side, Manor Lakes, and I think the smaller ground down at Shorten Reserve might suit them as well. I'm going to go with West Footscray, go with the Roosters at home, but looking forward to hearing some results of this.
Yarraville Seddon Eagles take on Caroline Springs, who've got their season going now after a couple of wins.
Yeah, and another big game. Geez, there's some good games in Division 2 all the way through. Yarraville Seddon Eagles at home, Caroline Springs, Sani was good again last week by all reports. So, look, I'll go with the Yarraville Seddon Eagles, Kev, just to get home in a real tight, tough game.
And the final game is North Footscray and Sunny Heights. Sunny Heights are struggling.
They are struggling. What last week, 5:20 or 6:20 they've kicked. So they're getting the ball, the entries inside the 50, scoreboard pressure. They'd have kicked straight. They might have been more competitive last week. But against North Footscray, who once again up and down a little bit at the moment, they want to get a bit of consistency in their game. I think should have a pretty comfortable win.
Hoppers have the bye in Division 1, so the games there, Altona and Spotswood. Altona got to get back on the winner's circle again.
They do. You know, it's all right to have a win against Colts a few weeks ago, and then all of a sudden they dropped last week against Hoppers Crossing. You know, they're a young group. We talk about the young group, but you know, your Rafferty's and that, Russo, they've been around for quite a while. So, you know, they've got to lead from the front. They've got to get these kids over the line. But Spotswood just can't fold them. Since round 1, can't fold them. Spotswood.
All right, Deer Park and Albion, it's a walk in the park for Deer Park.
Yeah, Deer Park comfortable winners. Albion were competitive last week after quarter time by all reports, and I'm pretty sure Aaron Timms and the club down there will be pretty proud of the way the young guys are going down in Albion. But Deer Park, after a bit of a scare, bit of a shock last week, and there's something they know themselves they needed and probably wanted. So it was a good loss a good win last week over Werribee Districts, but they'll come home pretty comfortably against Albion.
And the Districts take on St Albans. It'll be a good game, this one.
Oh, top game of football. Really. Very impressed with Werribee Districts last week. They're tackling their ball, inside ball winners. They get the ball out. They link up well. They look better a running side when they're kicking against that wind in the game last week. So they ran the ball a lot harder. They lack a couple of big, strong key forwards. Good to see Joe Halloran back playing last week. Let's hope he can get a few games in a row with his work commitment. String a few games in a row is a huge plus for him. Down at Werribee District, I'll go with Werribee District, small ground down there. I don't know, they might just close St Albans in down there.
Yep. And the final game is Sunshine and Port Colts.
Well, now it becomes a real crunch game. Port Colts will give themselves half a chance here. Sunshine have struggled a little bit. Big loss again last week at home. I'm going to go with I won't say an upset, but I reckon Port Colts might get the points here. I reckon what we've seen of them a few weeks ago against Altona, Brad Julie's got a good structure. They've just got to learn to adjust, to keep going, getting better, a good press, and they need some goal kickers, obviously. A couple of couple of targets, which they haven't got, but I don't think Sunshine have got them either at the moment. So I'll go with Port Colts.
Okay, that's our thoughts on round 6 in the Western Region Footy League. Get out and see some local footy.